on the fundamental principle of interdependence. And I'll explain that in a moment. And also, our very survival depends on the values. One is that there should be a very good behavior by everyone. That is, everyone should have a good moral behavior. And the second thing is, everybody should be a responsible citizen. So a good citizenship is very important. And the third is that we must engage in social service as much as we can afford with our time, with our other commitments, with our resources, but we must engage in social service. The citizenship, the responsible citizenship, is extremely important. That there are people who would not observe the discipline when they are on the road, and when they are driving, or when they are crossing the road, and if there is an old lady going, or a little child crossing, or any of those things. So it's very important that we have a sense of citizenship, which means caring for everyone around us, caring for all other citizens, okay? And so within that, it is also extremely important to maintain your own health and hygiene, the health and hygiene around you, whether it is the place of study, school, or whether it is a playground, whether it is a place where you work, or it is a hospital. Everywhere we should observe the sense of or the responsibility for health and hygiene. As a good citizen, we should have certain discipline, which means that if we are in a public place and we're standing in a line, or some will call it queue, you must take your turn. And you must not overtake somebody else. But there are a number of places where we must honor and respect the rights of other citizens. You must love your country. Why should you love your country? You should love your country because everything that you have, or everything that you will have sooner or later, comes from within the country. Because there are people who are producing steel, there are people who are producing furniture, there are people who are cleaning the streets, there are people who are treating the sick and the ill, and there are people who are caring for the old, and there are people who are caring for the poor. And all of this happens within that country, from the people of that country, so we benefit from that. It is the grain that comes from the land of the country. You must love your country and must make sure that your country is secured and that safe, and that every citizen at any time of the day or the night can walk the streets safely. And this is what I mean by the good citizenship. When you provide social service, or you help someone who is needy, who needs your help, okay, the help is not always money. It can be that you can give a hand to someone who is walking, having difficulty. Or you can tutor someone who has difficulty with mathematics or physics or science. Or any number of things. You can go to the hospital and help the people who are sick there and they need some help, some guidance. Any number of ways you can do the social service. But when you do that social service, you know what happens? You have a sense of satisfaction. You have a sense of confidence that you can help somebody. And you can see the smile on the face of the person who receives your help. So you learn to understand their situation. You learn to relate yourself with that situation, with that person. You understand people, their emotions, their needs,